everybody, and today we're going to talk a little bit about why your LGS is failing. But first, I have an awesome giveaway going up on my channel live tomorrow involving these sweet altars from my friend Sarah. So please go check that out. Link to my page in the description below. Now, in order to begin talking about failing local game stores, first we have to preface it with a little bit about failing stores, shops, businesses, etc. The restaurant industry, which has a very similar profit margin to the gaming industry, has a business mortality rate over 60% in the first 3 years that business is open. So basically all that this means is that it's really hard to keep a business up when your profit margin is so small, often less than 10%. Now, this just doesn't mean that all store owners are doing things wrong. While I've seen a lot of people in comments and on Facebook pages telling me about how terrible their local game stores are, not all are terrible. That's just the real deal. Now, I think one of the issues is that Wizards, the product that they are giving these local game stores, the profit margin is so small that these local game stores either have to start selling stuff on eBay or they have to start supporting other games, which then takes their energy and focus away from Magic the Gathering, which only ends in a worse product for all you. Now, this isn't a problem in all regards. One of the reasons I'm speaking about this is because I've had two shops close to me go bankrupt fairly recently, like in the last week or so, and so this has kind of been on my mind. But one of the things that I have noticed is even among game stores that are just making enough to get by, they're not really looking to improve. And the reason I think so many of these businesses are just kind of flatlined and not seeing a lot of growth is because in order to make a lot of money, you kind of have to exploit the market. What I mean by this is a lot of these stores, in order to make their profits, in order to grow, are doing things like buying dual decks and then opening them and piecing them out, when in reality dual decks are meant to be sold at whatever the MSRP is and sold to people. And on top of that, people doing this kind of creates a standard where people aren't going to buy from your store, they're going to buy from somewhere else online for cheaper that is doing these things. And so in order to compete, you have to do the same kind of outside the box type things in order to compete. And while that is just an open market and that is just competition and that is just the thing, that does cause a lot of these game stores to go out of business. And a lot of people always preach online, I hear it all the time, just support your local game store, support your local game store, support your local game store. And that's true, but there also has to be some accountability on the local game store's part. I have been to my fair of bad LGSs. I mean, it just happens. Like, ones with bad owners, ones with people that make bad judge calls, ones with people that don't enforce cheating. And so while the ones that I frequent now are good ones, the reasons that those ones are still in business is because they're good. And so while the people saying that, the low profit margin on sealed product and people not wanting to play modern or whatever is destroying their business, while those people do have a bone to pick with WotC or with whoever's supplying them their product, a lot of the thing is just on them, right? If they wanted to order 50 more boxes and sell them online for $5 a piece, they could. Now, is that a lot of work? Yes. Are you going to be making a ton of money? No. But if you want to keep the doors open, sometimes you have to do things like that. I recently had a store near me host a free draft tournament. They had 50 people enter the draft for free, then they had 20 enter the draft for the normal $12 to fill out the 70 slots. They also put about $300 to $400 of free prizes into it. Overall, it seemed like the store was spending like $700 to $1,000 on product to give away. Now, most stores wouldn't touch this. In fact, most of the people I talked to that are in the community were like, I would never do that. That's ridiculous. But it's all about getting value, getting your name out there, having goodwill. If somebody knows that you're willing to give them a good deal, that you're like a friendly neighborhood retailer, they're more likely to shop with you in the future. And also, even though you gave away that $1,000 of product for free, if you can afford that and those people come to your F&Ms and those people come to your drafts and those people buy your snacks from the snack machine and whatever, you're going to make it all back. But one of the issues I see is that a lot of the people in this business are in it because they love the game or they wanted to run their own game store, not really because they have that much of a clue about the business. And this is a thing that you see often in the restaurant industry. For a lot of you guys that don't know, I went to school for restaurant business and restaurant business management and culinary school. I did that whole thing. I've run a few restaurants, so I kind of know what I'm talking about at least a little bit here with the economics. And a popular story of a bar is like two friends met up, they had some extra money, they said, we want to run a bar, isn't this so fun, we're never going to close, etc., etc. And then 3 years down the line, they're having trouble and they wonder why. So while yes, some stores just have to work a little harder, and yes, some stores are going to go over the top because they have the ambition and the drive and the economics, some stores are just going to fail. So my plea to you is help out your LGS. If you think they are awesome, buy things from them. The extra dollar is not going to hurt you as much as it's going to hurt them. That being said, don't play somewhere where people are cheating, like Magic Online exists. I've heard this story a lot where someone like goes to a pre-release because it's the only place within 50 miles of them, and someone's cheating, or it smells bad, or the owner's weird, or something like that. Like, just play Magic Online, or don't play Magic at all that weekend. Like, or, it's fine, report them to WotC, I guess, but you have to understand these variables coming in. If the economics are such that there isn't another local game store that's better in your area and you're willing to go to them and deal with all that stuff, it's just kind of something that's done. So thank you so much for watching. As always, I am Sam. I'll be back here next week on Wednesday and Thursday. Don't forget the awesome giveaway going on my channel right now with these sweet babies. I love them so much. They're so precious. Giveaway on my channel right now. Link in the description down below. Don't forget to check me out on Twitch and Facebook and Twitter. The whole deal. I'll be in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think. Tell me good and bad stories from your LGS. I'm ready for anything in that comment section down below, so meet me there. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, SeemsGoodMagic. They put out great content every single day of the week. Smash that like button for me, and I'll see you next week.